And we are live with another episode of the Brown Water Banter Podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
It is Joey Cates, and we got a good one in the studio for you. We have Savannah and Dalton from Little Lighthouse Productions. They are a production company right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We're going to be talking about all things video, audio, photography. We're going to kick over some of these cameras and get them set up right. I don't know. It's going to be a good conversation. But before we do that, we got to thank the people that keep the lights on for us over here at the Brown Water Studio right out of the gate. Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. If you're looking for a great local dentist, you can look them up on the socials at Southern Magnolia Smiles on Facebook and Instagram. 2026 is a year to get those teeth brushed up and looking pretty. So when you're ready to book an appointment with them, you can give them a call at 228-215-1202 and tell them Brownwater sent you. If you need legal representation, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast in Jackson, George, and Greene County. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanors, DUI, BUI, family law, divorce, child custody, you name it. If you need somebody to fight tooth and nail for you in the courtroom, you can give them a call at 228-696-0111 and tell Tyler that Brownwater sent you. If you were trying to get moving around again and prioritizing your health, Forever Young Men and Women's Health is the one for you. Their motto is bringing medicine, health, and exercise together to help men and women live their best lives. Kendrick right here in the photo, he's going to do some blood work on you, see if you're hormone deficient, vitamin deficient. They specialize in testosterone replacement for men and women. So if that's something you're interested in, give them a call at 228-363-6623. And again, tell them Brownwater sent you. It is that time of year. Insured Roofing is the coastal Mississippi's trusting roofing experts. They do replacements, repairs, storm damage, restoration, you name it. You can look them up on their website. It's insuredroof.com. That's ENSURED roof.com. Or give them a call at 228-797-7667 and tell them Brownwater sent you. Dewey Do Bugs jumped on this month with us, man. We're going to be they're the number one sponsor for the Sheep's Head Showdown that's coming up in October, our fishing tournament. They are located right here in D'Iberville, Mississippi. They have the best boiled seafood around. If you haven't been there before, you're missing out. Go check them out on their Facebook page. It's Dewey Do Bugs. And if you haven't eaten there, man,
go get it.
You're missing out. That's the only way to say it. So go check them out. And bringing up the rear for us this month is Mike's Stickers. That you can check them out at mikestickers.com. They do printing and graphics. All of the stickers that we do for our fishing tournaments, on the side of our trailer, everything we've ever done, our big checks that we give to the winners of the tournaments, everything's handled by Mike's Stickers. So look them up as well on Facebook. Shoot them a message. They do business signs. So if you own a business and you need a big sign out front, I'm talking like big signs, you can give them a shout as well. And you can give them a call at 586-615-3636. And again, tell them Brownwater sent you. So we appreciate everybody supporting the show, because without them, we'd just be sitting in this room talking to ourselves with no cameras.
That's it.
So anyway, thank you all so much for stopping by this evening and chatting with us and letting us do that little run through there, the sponsor list. But where do we start? Little Lighthouse Productions. So right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, which is what we love to see. Mm-hmm. When did you get your start as a company? Let's start there. How long have y'all been on the coast?
Sure. Little Lighthouse Productions. We kind of started it, I think it was in 2023. Yeah, we officially got an LLC for it. We thought about the name for a while. Back in college, I had an idea to do it. And we became an LLC, started shooting commercials, weddings, mom and pop shop kind of advertisements, and we have grown exponentially over the past couple of years, so it's been amazing to see that.
That's awesome. You mentioned college. I think I saw you did an interview on like one of the local news stations. I was kind of doing some research for the show before we did this. But did you start out wanting to do film first in college, or did you pivot? What was the thing there?
Sure. Back in high school, I wanted to go be an English teacher in a foreign country.
I
so that was
I knew it was something that wasn't film.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, English was my major. Before I went to college, I got home from high school one day, and a location scout came to our house, knocked on the door, and asked if they could potentially film maybe a commercial or a feature film at our house, and handed me a card. And
that's kind of weird, huh?
It's bizarre. And at the time, I was like, okay, this seems really sketchy. Maybe I'll just like throw it away. But I ended up giving it to my mom, and she made the phone call. Less than a week later, a whole bunch of producers, directors came in from LA and checked out our house and all of Biloxi. And they ended up shooting a movie that was initially called Southern Fury.
Okay.
Renamed to Arsenal when it came out, and it stars Nicolas Cage, Adrian Grenier, Jonathan Cusack, and a lot of other actors. So I ended up getting to be a stand-in for one of the lead actresses in the film, standing in while she's getting her makeup and hair done. So I was kind of in the lighting while they're fixing everything.
Right.
And then I got to be an extra in the film, and that kind of changed my perspective on, well, this is maybe a possibility I didn't even know could be a thing here. And actually, one of my best friends now had worked on that film. And I did not even realize that till 3 or 4 years ago. I met him, and I was like, "No way! People have been here in this industry for years, and I had no idea that was an option." So.
All from one creepy card.
You're like, I'm expecting Jehovah's Witness here, but you're like
I don't know
asking
what's
to
going on
film in
here.
my house. Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird though, how like things like that in life can just kind of happen to you. And I'm assuming too that it showed you. Did you have any kind of film or any experience like that whatsoever before?
No, I was very interested in music and singing, songwriting at the time, so I had no experience with cameras or photography or anything before that.
Yeah, it kind of gives you like the behind the scenes or whatever. You know, everybody's used to seeing it on the screen, but you don't know how it's built. And when you see that the first time, it's like, oh, kind of like a house being built, right?
I get
it. See the stud walls and the sheetrock and the electrical
There's
going up.
wires in
Yeah,
the wall,
it's like, oh, that's how that works. Okay, yeah. What about you?
So she's dragged me along, basically. We met each other in junior college. So we went to MGCCC.
Yeah, baby.
JD.
Hey, two people right here.
Baby,
dude.
Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So I went for computer science. Eventually got my associates and started at an internship at Stennis. So I was out at the NSSC for about 4 years.
I don't want to brag, but Fred Hayes has been on this show
digitally.
It was digital. It wasn't in here, unfortunately, but yes.
It was super cool.
Keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah,
One
so
of my
that,
proudest moments.
during that whole time, me and Savannah were together, and I just helped her out with anything that she was doing, to the point to where whenever she got onto a TV show in Fairhope, she dragged me along. We were both PAs. She eventually moved up to camera PA, and I got to do audio, and then that was kind of the stepping stone into allowing me to do more feature films and other audio work.
So did I hear you right? Computer science to being
Yeah.
pulled over as a, what is that? You said a PA, is that right?
Yeah.
It stands for production assistant.
Yeah,
It's kind of the
yeah.
base
Right.
step to get into anything film.
How does that happen?
Yeah, if you're like, you're doing the computer stuff and you're like,
Was
all
it
right,
a
I'll
creepy
go.
card thing again?
Yeah, like,
Or-
all right, I'll go with you on this set. Like, how'd that work?
It's more of we were together for, I don't know, 4 years at that point, and I just kind of got bored sitting at my desk all day.
Yeah.
I wanted to go do something and be out in the field, so that was a lot of fun. I had just gotten done doing probably 6 months of construction, so I went from computer
Let me get
science
some of that AC.
down to construction.
What kind of construction?
Boilermaking. My mom, not my mom, my dad, my brother, my other brother, they all do it. My dad's finally gotten into managing the equipment for the company.
That sounds hot. Is it hot?
Oh,
Super hot.
Because boiling's in the name. You know?
Super hot.
Yeah.
We don't usually work in the summer, but Florida in August is still boiling hot, and you're in these really hot trash burners.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not fun.
Didn't take long to figure out, like, this is
No,
not.
we got to
Well,
move this
I was,
inside.
I was out there for about 9 months. It was, good money. But yeah, once she was like, "Hey, you want to come work on the TV show?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll come work on the TV show."
I'll
for a
carry
little
the
bit."
microphone. I don't care what you
I'll
need me to do.
anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because usually when you think of movies and people that would just go to school and just learn that their entire life, and it's kind of like y'all just kind of fell into it and jumped right into it and started running, right?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, you're the one who dragged me along. You started doing that in college, and then
Did you eventually complete the degree in that?
Yes. So
Okay.
I had a friend who had recommended a film program at USM Gulf Park campus.
Yes.
So over in Long Beach.
RTF, huh?
Yeah. And when I say film, I mean film. We were kind of loading in Super 8, 35 millimeter cameras and learning how to expose lighting, how to develop film with that and put it all together to tell a story first. And then we kind of moved up to what is video production and how to, use the equipment, C-stands, the microphones,
Right.
the cameras. And I got a degree with a minor in film. Still have that major in English as a backup plan, but I don't
Just
think
in
I
case.
need
Right.
it.
Right.
And from there, I'd had a friend who worked in news who recommended me for a very well-known show here, Hometown, as a production assistant. So in the process of that, I was like doing wedding photography, dragged him on the shoots, and then got that call to go. It's kind of called day playing when you go every once in a while just when they need somebody.
Right.
So I would go day play as a production assistant up in Laurel, Mississippi for the show. every once in a while. And I got a phone call in, I think it was 2022. They needed somebody full time for that 9-month run of the season. So I went up there and worked on that. Halfway through, I kind of jumped to a different show thinking I want to work in camera department, not so much staying in production.
Right.
And so I worked on a show called Love and Fairhope in Fairhope, Alabama. And that's when they needed other people. So I was like, Dalton, do you want to?
I know
Here
a
we
guy.
go.
Yeah,
Hop on
I
here
know
with
a
me,
guy.
I'm back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right back into the AC.
So you say like PA is kind of like your walk-on kind of
It's a
level
stepping stone.
to
It's
start?
an entry level.
yeah entry level. There you go. That's what I'm trying
I
to say.
think it's honestly, it's a kind of a brutal job in a sense, but it's kind of a glorified runner.
Yeah.
You're picking up trash, you're getting coffees, waters, making sure everything's running smoothly. And honestly, I think it's a great way for anybody to get experience in the industry and kind of see what department they would want to branch out into.
Yeah,
So-
that was my next question.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're there doing that kind of job, you got your eyes open. For those of us who haven't been on it, like, we're just this weird internet dudes.
Yeah.
What does a real set look like? And what are, like you said, like branching off to each different kind of division, if that's the right
Right.
word, whether you're in the audio side or the film or the acting or can you break that down for us just a little bit? Like people
Sure.
that's never seen that.
Yeah, and it varies set by set. I will say, working on a feature film, like something that Dalton actually just got off of, is completely different than working in reality TV world.
Okay.
Which is kind of more of my background. But you have a lot of different departments. You have the production department, which is everything from the producers that help, provide money for the film, make
Right.
sure the story is correct. Then you have audio department, boomer operator, the person
Right.
that holds the mic, the person that is mixing everything, the person that's actually miking people. You've got camera department, which is someone that is an assistant camera, just kind of building the lenses. Camera operators that are actually operating the cameras. Sometimes you'll have like a focus puller, which is a first AC, and they will sit there and behind the camera operators and actually pull focus. So the camera operators are just operating
Gotcha.
the camera.
Oh,
Gotcha.
all right. So he ain't got to worry. No,
Yeah.
he or she ain't got to worry about if it's in focus or
Right.
not. That's their own. They only
Somebody
got
else
one
is doing
job.
that.
Yeah.
Separate job. And then you've got the director of photography, which is kind of over the whole department, making sure everything looks correct, the colors are correct. What else am I missing? There's lots of other things. The grip and lighting department. You've got a gaffer that's the headlight light engineer.
Yep.
And you've got grips that will do all the stands, the dollies, the tracks that you may see if you're watching behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it could be run and gun shows, could be anywhere from 6 to 10 people. Huge shows like the one that you just got off of could be, I mean, how many people was that?
Oh, we had
70 something?
it was massive.
Extensive.
Full blown
Yeah.
deal.
And whenever you go into reality, I'm assuming it's gonna be smaller features as well. Grip and electric are usually just kind of combined into one
Okay.
department. Whenever we were on our feature for a month, it was two separate, right? So especially with union shoots, you have people who are electric and you have people who are grip. The grips do the stands like you were saying. Electric runs cords and runs lights and stuff like that. But yeah, it's huge departments. But whenever you get to realities and smaller features, it just starts to slim down and everyone kind of helps each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little bit of
Is it always
overlead.
as hectic as it looks in the movies? You know what I'm saying? It's always like action, lights, blah, 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 blah. People running everywhere, people getting dressed, wardrobe, all
Yeah.
that stuff. I'm sure it's crazy running around back there.
I'd like to call it organized chaos.
Yeah.
There is
Yes.
a method to it. That Love and Fairhope show that I was on, we had 3 cameras running the entire time. We did not cut unless we had to swap a battery or swap a card.
Holy
So
smokes.
we would get our actors or our people in the set. We would light the scene, and then when we started rolling on the story, we caught the story. I mean, they were, somebody stepped in the way of the scene or somebody leaned too far in. Our director or our DP's calling on the walkie, "Hey, we need to move that camera." They'd pick it up while we're still rolling and truck it in.
Sweet.
Me as an AC, I'd be changing the lenses and the filters as the daylight's changing. So it's a constant.
Yeah. Yep.
And we're always on headsets
Yeah, that's
similar
what
to
I was gonna
this,
ask.
and we're
I was like, you got to have a
running out there.
quarterback or somebody
Yeah.
back there directing
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
You know, move the camera.
Yeah, you
Right.
can probably relate to the missing the mark and leaning forward too much. Cause
I do it all the time. See this? Look,
well, no,
look,
not,
right
not
there.
even that, but just
Yeah.
when we do the fishing tournaments, he's the MC, like the host of it,
Yeah.
and I'll be running all the gear. And we mentioned this on just a couple
Yeah, he
episodes
gives me
ago.
an X.
I
And I
used to
go
tell
from
him
here,
stand right there, and
here,
then that would be
here,
the only spot he would
here,
not,
here,
that he would not
here,
stand
here,
in.
here.
And so I put an X on the thing, and then he wouldn't stand on I'm like, what do I do? Like,
I'm
do
a
I?
free spirit. I gotta move. I can't just be tied
we bought
down.
these PTZs that have the AI tracking, and hopefully I'll be able to track them down that way.
That's
So
fun.
that's the
I don't know
goal.
if you can be an actor if you can't stand on your mark. though.
Right.
That's my,
Yeah,
only
That's my
tip for you. I'm
problem.
sorry
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
my problem.
But it's weird though, right? Like you would have never thought, like when you watch movies and stuff, like when you see
You gotta
somebody
sit
walk
still.
into a when they
Yeah.
like walk into a room in a scene, they don't just walk as far as they want.
Right.
Like they have to stop on an exact
yeah.
spot, or they look,
Or that
crooked.
focus is off.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
that whole job. So.
Yeah. So not only are you
Okay.
trying to remember your lines and deliver it with emotion, you also have to know where you're at spatially and the whole thing.
I wasn't meant to be an actor, I guess. Face for radio.
I'm an internet dude,
Yeah, I'm
man.
an internet dude,
I don't know what
man.
to tell you, bro.
It's a wild, wild west out
That's
here.
awesome. So where have you, in particular, like worked your way through like a production assistant? Where are you at now, currently?
So I do A1, which is audio first. You do mixing. You'll have your you have your mic packs, your boom, all that. Usually for smaller gigs, you kind of handle all of it. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not really A1 for big features yet. It's
Okay.
a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
So you gotta work your way up. But I'll still A2, so I'll go in and I'll mic everybody. Every once in a while I'll boom as well. But yeah, for a lot of smaller ones, I'm doing A1.
Do you prefer the audio aspect of things? Is
So-
that where you've kind of gravitated towards?
It's good freelancing. There's not a lot of audio people down in the South.
Okay.
A lot more people want to be in camera. I feel like it's a little bit more glorified.
It's competitive.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But audio people make pretty good money. And I like the technical aspect of it. In our business, I'm the technical director.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, any of the gear we get, it's going to go through me to make sure all of it works together correctly. Besides that, Savannah just she runs the business and she gets all the camera shots and stuff like that with the really being the director of everything. But when it comes to technical stuff with my software background,
Right,
it's kind of
right.
You the
right.
troubleshooting and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything got to work and
Yeah.
everything's
You
got to
speak
work
you speak
right.
the language.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and that's very helpful with audio because it's a lot of you have to do frequencies and stuff like that to make sure you're not stepping on each other, and it's just a lot of wiring and technical.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's
Yeah, I
correct.
had like a music background, so that was why like this
Mhm.
part of it was a little more comfortable for me. The lighting and all that, I was like, oh,
That's the hardest part.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah, and
That's the
lighting
part
is-
that matters the
Yeah,
most.
and we get
Yeah,
it wrong
yeah.
like
Right.
all the time.
Yeah, like I look like I was bleached out here.
We'll
Go,
bump the light, forget to turn something down, and I'll watch it after. I'm like, oh shit, why did I? Whatever, it's too late now. But yeah, the audio of it though, I don't know. Like obviously, like in films and stuff like that, you got to get everything right. But like when you watch like the YouTube creator kind of tutorials, they always say you can get away with worse video. Like if the video's got
Yeah.
bad audio,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one's watching it.
Yeah,
if the
yeah.
audio's great and the video's a little wonky, like you're okay.
Yeah, because you can't sit there and just listen to something. You might as well just make it a
Yeah.
silent film at that
Correct,
point if it's
correct.
bad, if it's that bad.
I can't even do the dub overs
What you mean?
when it's like in English and then they come over while we're German with the subtitles.
yeah,
I can't even do that.
Yeah,
if the mouth ain't moving at the same time, I can't do it. My brain won't.
I'm talking
won't
about like people that say like do their own content that do like cell phone work, right?
Yeah.
Those little bitty microphones
Right.
that we have out there, $50, and you can get them even cheaper than that. Dramatically change what a cell phone video
Oh, yeah.
recorded looks like or sounds like, or how you perceive it is what I'm trying to say.
There's like a $35 Hollyland that
Yeah,
you just plug
that's what we
straight in
have,
your
the Hollylands,
they're great.
yeah.
And it doesn't sound like you're sitting in the bathroom recording yourself.
or if the phone's on the other side of the room, it
Yeah.
sounds like
Hey.
you're on the other side of the room.
Right.
Versus if it's right there, it's like, oh, okay, this is way better.
Yeah. And that's like a cheap investment. So like
Right.
that just brings quality up already. But that and a few like small lights. That's
Yeah.
all you really need.
Yep. There's no joke. And then like learning how to put a sheet over it or a gel film or a this or that. And I'm like, oh man, it's complicated.
It's a
It's
lot.
a whole
It's a
science
lot,
to this.
yeah.
I was going to ask how much of the troubleshooting or how much of the fails did y'all have before, but I guess y'all do that on the outside. So when y'all started your own stuff, you pretty much had a good idea of what was going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's always something new every day. Every time you go, you learn something that you're gonna do different next time. But what's nice is we get to practice with our own equipment, our own company, so we don't have to worry about whenever we get hired for a job, are we gonna fail it? Maybe. I mean, there's still the anxiety there, but we at least know that we've been doing stuff on our off time,
Mhm.
on our own to make sure we're honing our craft.
Yeah.
You keep the chops up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the progression once you got out of that and then started your own business. You talked you were doing a lot of weddings and stuff like that. Then where did it go after? Because y'all dabble in all kinds of things, correct?
Sure.
Yeah, it's all really been
where'd you
parallel
begin?
for the most part. We started off with weddings while we were in college.
Right.
And then once we started doing commercials was right after we both worked on that show in Fairhope.
Yeah, Dalton came up with an idea. Little Lighthouse Productions has lighthouse in the name. So we came up with this idea, Biloxi Beacon Showcase. So we, once a month for about, I think, 8 or 9 months, we selected a different event or a different business that was happening in Biloxi area. And we kind of set it up almost like a more upscale news kind of interview.
Okay.
So we went to a different business or a different event, like the Friday Night Fun Ride with Biloxi Bicycle Works.
Yes.
We went and interviewed them and kind of got some B-roll, some drone footage, and put it all together to just kind of showcase what we could do
That's
Right.
smart.
to
Smart.
other potential clients, but then also to readily prepare ourselves for the next shoot. What do we need to do better each time? What equipment can we get? What microphones? What lighting can we do? So we did that for once a month for 8 months, and we'd already been doing other stuff.
Yeah, but part of that is like we really we want to invest in the community. That's
Right.
why we're still here in
It was
Biloxi.
kind of
If we really wanted to
a
be in
mesh of that.
film, why are we here?
Right. Right, true, yeah.
But
So-
from there, we gained a couple of clients from that. We still have really good relations with people like Fly Llama Brewing,
Yeah.
who
Sweet,
we've
yeah.
worked with several times. Biloxi Main Street's reached out to us about doing a lot of different events, and we've done some Christmas events with them, some commercial advertisement, and so I love that it started local and it's still local. I mean, we're
Right.
here, to offer packages through that. A lot of it was just building up networking, so we got a lot of referrals from other people, and now we've kind of ran into working with like Thomas Hospital in Mobile and Fairhope, Alabama. So we've done docu-series with them about breast cancer awareness, some of their grand openings, ribbon cutting ceremonies. We've worked with most recently MLB to do some commercial TV work, and it was on Jesus Mate, who's with the Biloxi Shuckers right now. So it's called
The Road to the Show.
Road to the Show.
Yeah.
It actually just came out on Peacock, and I think it was once every Sunday, and so now the whole show's out. But our company was asked to have audio and camera of him while he was playing, so Dalton actually got to
Sweet.
go help
Yeah,
out on
that was
that for a
great.
couple days. That was cool.
He's a stud, isn't he? He's the one that
Oh,
got.
yeah.
He's like the
Oh, yeah.
number 1 draft pick or something like that. Yeah, he was a dude.
Okay, cool. We got some pictures I got off your Facebook page right there. We might
Travis
know, I was gonna say,
Page.
we might know one of those
Travis
guys
Page.
in that photo there. But can you kind of just briefly describe like what we're looking at here on these side photos?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, Travis Page, like you said, local Gulf Coast realtor.
Right.
And he came with us about an idea for a show. He loves fishing, outdoors, kind of a travel show, and how he could kind of help gain, more clients and show people why you should move here to the Gulf Coast.
Right.
So we took that idea and said, okay, let's make you a TV show, kind of smash Anthony Bourdain together with like a Rick Steves and who else is it? Josh Gates. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it's just
Well,
whatever
it was
travel
kind of
show. Yeah.
what kind of
Yeah.
travel show could
Right.
we do? And so we made it Gulf Coast Real Estate, REEL,
Yeah.
with Travis Page. So that's one of the behind the scenes photos of kind of filming on Seal Avenue, a historic street.
Yeah.
Biloxi.
I knew he was doing it. I didn't know y'all were involved with it.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we saw that.
I mean, it's great on his part. You know what I'm saying? We're running his market. I mean, his house selling business.
Yeah, kind of like she said, like they were doing community events to get trial and error, then also make contacts and stuff. He's doing the
Right.
same thing, put out
Right.
content, and hopefully more people want to move down here and buy a house. Or if you're local and you watch it, you're like, hey, I'm gonna call that guy I saw on television. So
Yeah, he looks cool.
what are we looking at here before it goes off the screen over there? The what there it went. But anyway,
yeah.
you're running and gunning there with the gimbal and
Yeah.
what is that? It's a mirrorless camera. What can you explain that to us?
Yeah, that's one of the Sony, I guess,
The FX30.
the FX30.
Talk to the
it's-
tech guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
It's one of our, run and gun cameras. We have one that's a little bit bigger, more durable, kind of shoulder mount that. But that was for a hospital commercial we did with Thomas Hospital.
Okay. Yeah, we used to have the A6400s in here. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we had
Yeah.
before we replaced those right there.
Yeah.
with those.
They
So-
were cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sony's were good.
How much gear does it take to get started on this? Because
Okay, to get started,
they always talking about, it's like you could play golf
Yeah.
with the cheap clubs,
Yeah.
or you could jump up,
Right.
and you probably won't be any better, but you'll look better. It's not the same thing.
So to get started, I mean, a few lights on an iPhone if you want to make
Yeah.
your own stuff. But if you really want to make commercials, it's kind of hard to show up to a client shoot with your iPhone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
For if you're for real, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you can find cheap DSLRs.
Yeah.
That's what we started with. Now I know DSLRs are getting a bit older because we started 8 years ago. You can get cheap mirrorless cameras. The FX30 is $2,000.
Yeah.
You know, like a little expensive, but you can always like if you can validate that you know you're gonna make some money on it over the next year. It's not jumping in buying an $8,000 camera.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And if you know you want to do this, it's an investment
Yeah,
in
right.
yourself and your company,
absolutely.
so.
Yeah, but there's even ones you can get for $1,000 that still have a great picture. But lights and audio, biggest thing. Get a decent camera, get a decent lens, and lenses are important. Probably more important than a camera. We are just now getting to a point to where we're upgrading, taking a big step forward in our lenses. But we just took a big step forward in our camera too. Like a few months ago, we got the FX6. So we'd been rocking the 30 for a while. The 30 and the
Is the
7 III.
A7CR.
The 30 and the A7 III first.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then we finally got the
Gotta build
CR
time.
after the 30. But
We
yeah.
have 4 different ones now, so it's
Okay.
Yeah,
all
I
over
mean,
the
that's
place,
how it
but-
was. I mean, look at our progression. We went
Yeah.
from webcams,
Yeah.
little bitty $15 webcams to the 60.
Seriously using cell phones and whatever that one video
6400,
camera you found.
junk. Yeah, it was junk.
It wasn't terrible. It was all right, but
and
yeah.
now we kind of jumped up to these a little bit. But
Yeah.
it is kind of like golf. Like you can literally spend as much or as little as you want to put into it.
Yeah, and getting better clubs doesn't always make you a
That's
better player.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
just
same thing with
Focus
the
on
No
camera.
doubt.
craft.
Yeah.
You can always take it slow. That's what we did. We were hybrid. So we were in between. Some years, wedding photography was higher than any of our commercial work. So
Yeah.
we would focus on a picture camera.
Right.
And then some years we're getting more video. So we focused on video camera. It really depended on what the year needed. But mainly, like, to get started, just focus on craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we say Joey kind of asked the transition from doing the television stuff and then in the indie film or whatever into your own business side of it? What year did that start? Where you were, and I guess you still kind of do both, right? You dabble in both. But what year did you really get your own stuff rolling? No pun intended.
Probably, like commercial work. Probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 2023. We'd had the idea.
And we keep getting busier every year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Really?
That's good. I'd had the idea. I'd made a documentary in film school,
Okay.
and then I was like, oh, let's make a production company and let's just call it something so it looks official when it gets screened.
And that was
so
2020.
2020. I came up with Little Lighthouse Productions, paid my friend like $25 to make us a cute little logo, put it on our documentary, and then I kept that name. And we were sitting there after that show, drawing up a logo. What can we do? How do we make this official? And yeah, I think 2023 we were that's when we started doing a lot more and trying to take it more seriously like a business. Because I know a lot of wedding photographers, similar to what I was doing back in 2018, kind of do it as a hobby or just kind of part-time. And
Right.
I was a student at the time, so I was like, oh, yeah, I'll go do weddings here and there, and kind of reshifting how I thought about actually running a business is kind of a big stepping stone. So I think that's when we took it seriously.
Did you say what your actual degree ended up being when you finished school? What is it, the title?
It's a Bachelor's of Arts in
Okay.
English with a minor in film.
Okay. So then what I'm getting at is like that. They don't really. Did you learn the business aspect of things? Like you're more focused on the art side of it, right? And getting and there's science in that for sure. But like when you do your own thing, then it's like it's a whole nother world, right?
Right.
Yeah. You just,
LLC quotes,
right.
taxes.
Well, and
know.
like rationalizing a new piece of gear versus how much I can make off of it versus am I keeping good accounting books? How do I file the taxes on all this stuff? Like
everything we did wrong.
Yeah. Was there like a learning curve there that was like
Luckily, my dad.
We're still like
Still on the learning.
Well, yeah, we're constantly learning in that aspect. But luckily, my dad, he has several businesses, family businesses. So my dad owns D&L Auto Body over in Cedar Lake area with his brother. They've had that for years, and I worked there for a little bit. Kind of understood how to run stuff like that. And then he has a marine construction business. So I'd always ask my family for advice. My mom's a real estate agent too, so.
There you go.
She's a broker. I'd always call them up. Hey, how do I do my taxes? Who can I get them done by? How do we get a loan for whatever we need? So it's kind of nice to have that background because I think it kind of helped me get to where we are a little bit faster than if we had to figure out every single thing ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
So very grateful for that.
Tell us about what always gets me, and we do a bad job of it too, is valuing your time and your bidding process or how much you charge a job and what that's based on.
A hard one.
I know it is.
It's a really hard one.
A lot of times we will ask the client, and most of the times they don't know, is their budget. What is their budget?
Right.
What are the deliverables? Do you need a 30-second commercial? Do you need a 1-hour podcast? What are you looking at? What equipment is needed? How many crew members can we put on it and make it streamlined? So we're not the only 2 people and we're struggling to make it look really good.
Right.
Because we also want to be affordable, but we want to deliver a great product too. And I know good, fast, and cheap can't always work together.
Yeah, can't do it.
So, we kind of base all of that on what the client needs, and we do write up multiple options for quotes most of the time. We don't have a set price. We have day rates that we like to calculate in based on what if we were to be hired out for a show or by another company. So we do some math on that, try to see what makes sense, and send it over to the client and try to find something that fits their needs.
Okay. What all type of things do you offer? And I'll say, like, when you say I'm a wedding photographer, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if you're getting married, you get pictures. I get it. But like, I think a lot of people that may be listening to this, like for instance, the 2 episodes ago, we had some tackle companies in here. So 2 Rednecks Fishing Tackle commented earlier. They said commercial in the future ? So that's a good example of when I read that of like, there are lots of local businesses around here, even if you don't have a brick and mortar, right? You might, whatever kind of company, these guys make tackle, that have probably never had a commercial done for their product other than, we live in the social media, cell phone world, right? But I'm talking about something that, like what y'all can do, professionally done.
Produced,
right? So what are some of the things like that businesses may be listening, watching to somebody that's, listening to this right now, they like, oh, I didn't even know y'all did that, or that I could have something like that. Can you throw some ideas out like that?
Sure. We can do everything from a, like I said, a 30-second ad. We could do a more extensive ad or kind of an infomercial. What else?
It's a I'm blanking on the word. It's a story. The client story.
Oh yes, a brand story.
Okay.
Kind of about your business, the whole thing, introducing what you do, a little bit of B-roll, a little bit of voiceover. Those are definitely very popular if you're starting a business or wanting to show people your identity, your brand. We can do anything from voiceover work. We've done some in-studio stuff. We've done political campaigns. We've done real estate. I'm drone licensed as well, so we do a lot of aerial.
You're a pilot like me,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Pilot. See how that works?
Yeah. Where's your wings?
I left them at home.
There you go.
We're pilots, though.
Yeah.
And then we work with some companies monthly to do content creation and content calendars for their social media too. So we have got quite a few clients like that. We have a local musician. We do all of his content or quite a bit of it that we can and edit that. A couple local restaurants, we do their photography for their menus, social media posts. We've done a couple brand stories for them on eating local and where their produce comes from.
Yep.
And then we've done some construction advertising work as well. What else am I missing? We do a ton of different things. We did that docu-series on breast cancer awareness for a huge hospital client. Grand openings for them. I know I'm missing stuff. We could even make you a TV show. I mean, we've done it for Travis Page. We can put together basically anything that you want. And our crew is not just limited to just me and Dalton. I mean, we, throughout our journey in film so far and even networking with other people, we have a scalable crew of, do we need more lighting? Do we need to have our buddies come over with their grip truck and have, a full set of stuff? So it's very scalable depending on what the client really needs. So.
Yeah. The 2 Rednecks Fishing commented again. They said that, they can do the phone thing, but professional is what they can't seem to make happen. So, and they also asked about contact info or where's the best place to find. I dropped your Facebook page already. So y'all can click right on that link. It'll take you to their Facebook page. Give them a follow. And I'm sure you can send them a direct message through Messenger and get some more information there. But I think one of the things like in your business, obviously, the business. You've worked in the business. You know all the terminology. You know what it looks like from idea to deliverable, right? I think sometimes, like for a tackle making guy business, you may not really realize like where do I even start? And I think I kind of heard you already say it, but you can help tease out what's important. You can help create that story for them that they may not know how to do. Is that right?
Yeah, right. I mean, one of the biggest parts of filming anything is pre-production.
Right.
So you gotta sit down and talk about what the story's going to be before you ever go out and film it. Because if not, you're just spraying and praying, right?
Yeah, we may have done that. I might have
once a bunch of times.
I think we're all guilty of it, And then you realize, hey, pre-production.
Right.
You know?
If I'd have thought about this a little bit before I got out here,
Yeah.
it'd probably been
Probably a word
it'd been
for it.
faster. It'd been better. Yeah, exactly.
More efficient.
Yeah, more
you know,
efficient.
it's-
Yeah, it would've been-
everyone's happier by
Yeah.
the end of the day. You know,
Yeah.
you seem like you know what you're doing. The client's happy with what they're seeing. Yeah, pre-production.
Yeah. Or you're working on it in post, and you're like, man, I didn't get one single shot of XYZ.
Mhm.
What am I going to do now?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we've had to
Okay.
learn that over the years too.
Yeah,
but I
we're
think,
still working on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's very important. Oh, go ahead.
no, it's just ever evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very important with any type of client, even in the film industry on huge sets, they always sit down with the script or they always sit down with the client that they're buying, the video or the feature for, and they kind of talk about what is the story that you want to tell. So
Right.
even with our clients, what is the story you want to tell? Who are you guys before, if it's a construction company, we don't just assume, oh, this is the only thing that they do or
Right.
or it's one single brand that's similar to every other brand because we want to make them stand out. That's the whole
Yeah.
idea of paying for advertising. If you're not hooking people to your story, then what are you doing? So we always like to have that type of consultation and relationship with our clients to make sure we know what we need to show to customers.
Yeah, I always think it's cool, like that part of what you're talking about. It's like if you ever pay attention to like big, huge like brands and their campaigns that they run, lots of times if you're in like kind of maybe a boring business, like what is it like car insurance, like Geico with the what is he, like a lizard?
lizard, the gecko.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Gecko. Yeah. Like they're not telling you about this month you can get XYZ for $9.99 a month, but nobody gives a shit about that.
Right.
Like build a story around it, make something funny, and then you relate it back to. It's like, what does that even have to do with car insurance? I don't know,
Yeah.
but we're talking about car insurance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Liberty Mutual with the
Liberty,
emu.
Oh, yeah.
Liberty Liberty. Yeah,
Liberty Liberty.
Right, we're talking about that right now.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, but
killer
if they went
commercial.
down the list of like what they cover and all this shit, you'd be
Yeah,
like,
there's no
please.
emu here?
Yeah, where's the emu? Bring him back. Yeah, exactly. So y'all can do that for businesses.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we talked earlier. Biloxi's not really a media hub when it comes to movies, right? And you talked about some stuff that's happening. It's kind of switching. New Orleans kind of got hot, and then it's kind of moving around. And there's some stuff that actually you could bring movies here and actually use some local stuff. Or you want to jump into that?
Yeah, of course. So for anybody that doesn't know, Mississippi has a film office, just like a lot of other places. LA has a film office. New Orleans has one. Mobile, Alabama, Birmingham. A lot of big central hubs that have these film companies come in have a film office.
Is that a government agency?
It is. It's
Okay.
kind of a state-ran program or job. And then these people, specifically, the film office people, they will accept phone calls from producers that are looking to maybe, say, film in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast. So they'll get that initial phone call. They'll see what's your budget, who are you looking to hire, what's the script, how can we help with locations, how can we source the crew, the catering, the hotels, all of that into one package deal kind of. And then Mississippi has a really good tax incentive. We have a cash rebate based on all of the different aspects of film. So if you hire so much percentage of local crew, you can get a bigger tax rebate. If you have veterans, if you have local catering, if you have all of these different aspects, instead of just bringing everybody in from LA,
Right.
they try
Equipment
to
too.
equipment. So they try to kind of help people receive a great return utilizing all the stuff that we already have here in Mississippi. And I know people that are watching maybe thinking, okay, well, Mississippi might not even have anything.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we do.
We do. We
Yeah.
exist here.
There's
And
about 20 plus movies that get filmed each year.
yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking before we went live about the John Travolta. He's popped up at least at least two, I think
There's-
3 times, and it's
there's-
always such a big thing on,
yeah.
everybody's Facebook page.
I want to say about 3 years. I think they had Cash Out 1 he
Yeah,
filmed.
yeah.
Cash Out 2 and 3 I think were filmed back to back, so we can consider that one time of him being here. But his latest one was That's Amore, which filmed for about a month, and that was one of the bigger budgets that Mississippi's seen in a while.
Okay.
It was 17, maybe a little over 20 million.
Okay.
Sweet.
It was a huge crew. Rented out a bunch of places throughout the coast. But like the film office will always say, and they've rebranded to Film Mississippi. Whenever people bring movies here, especially higher budget movies, is the money being spent goes back to everyone that's local.
Mhm.
They're being spent at Airbnbs. They're being spent at liquor stores. They're
Right.
being spent at restaurants. They're being spent at locations. Because you have to rent out locations. There's caterings, whole 9 yards. There's a lot of money that flows into wherever they're filming, and that's what they try to advocate for, really. And Film Mississippi has a lot of, like you said, location scouts and stuff like that. They're always willing and able to take the phone calls and look for places for us to film. There's also
we have the crew registry.
Real Scout,
Yes.
which is the crew registry, which is the more people we get on there, the better Mississippi looks, because we need more crew.
Right.
As long as we have more crew, we can have more movies. So it's great.
Can you explain that a little bit
So
better?
you just got like a list of
It's
everybody.
a directory of all crew that are in the state. It's free for anybody to sign up. Say that you're a cinematographer, or
Okay.
you're an A1, A2 audio mixer, you're a grip, you're a gaffer.
Even PAs.
You have your own production business and PAs. You make an account. You can list all of your credits that you've done, put the year that you've done them, who you worked with, a little bio, link to your website and reels and everything.
It's not just for crew too. Locations.
Yeah.
So like if you want
Oh,
to put
wow.
your house on there, what else?
I mean,
is
you
there?
could put this on here too. Like,
Yeah.
say that you guys wanted to rent this out for a film, and somebody was looking for a podcast room.
Wow.
Take a couple
Or even
photos,
the whole
upload it to
apartment.
there.
You know,
Really?
It could be yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I had
I'm
a
gonna put my
question.
boat on there.
Hey, you never know. You never
Everybody
know.
wants to go to the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to ask though. I don't know. That's wild though, to think that Mississippi has that and no one really knows about it. You know, what was the organization that you said you were a part of? Is that what you were talking about, or is that something separate?
So it's a little separate. The film office ran by the state, and then we have a separate organization that was created by the people at the film office called the Mississippi Film Alliance.
Okay.
And it is still kind of connected. You know, we work with them a lot. We have great relations with them.
It's a sister program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the film incentive on a lesser scale. It is a way for Mississippians and people to just get education, to get grants and funding to produce their films. So any emerging filmmaker or someone that's had a script and they're just waiting for extra funding, we have an annual grant program where they can apply, and then we select so many each year, and then they, receive, I think it's somewhere around $2,500 to finish their film. And as long as they fill out the application and complete it by a certain date, they get all that money to utilize for their film in very specific aspects that, if they let us know. But we've also done stuff, or the Alliance has done things over the years where they have a mentorship program, and we put maybe a student with someone that's in the makeup department and collaborate, together so that they can work on some type of project over maybe a 6-month period. Maybe they need extra help kind of learning how to do certain type of special effects makeup. So they'll have that mentor to kind of guide them in that way and select a project that they can achieve. We also, have done festivals, networking events, and then we're going to be at the Film Summit, I guess. Yeah, we'll be there. The film office is having a film summit, kind of like a big, not a festival, I guess, more of a networking and educational program up in Jackson, Mississippi. I think it's the 20th through the 22nd.
Of this month?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's not exclusive to crew members or production companies. It's for anybody in the state that wants to learn about what's going on in the state, how to get involved in film. They're going to have some screenings for some local productions that have been here as well, some features, some documentaries.
I think
So
tickets were like $10 or $20.
it's like $10, $20. So if you, go up to Jackson, I think it's at MPB, and we'll be speaking on behalf of our company, actually similar to this. We'll be talking about how we can go from being a freelancer in the industry to running your own business as an entrepreneur, and kind of that relationship and how you juggle all that at the same time. So.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. That's kind of unique, to your business. I mean,
Yeah.
and how do you juggle that? Is it kind of like, well, let's look at the calendar and see what's available,
Oh,
kind of a thing? Like if somebody calls you up for a gig, you're like, nah, we're booked that weekend. I mean, how does that work?
I feel like there's been a lot of juggling. So I worked the 9 to 5 until February of this month. This
Oh,
year.
wow.
This year.
Yeah.
So I was
That makes it even more complex.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would think.
right. So it was remote, so I worked from home, which is great.
Yep.
But still computer science. We worked on the movie, the TV show together, 4 or 5 years ago. But after that, I went back. Kind of keep everything stable while we continued to grow the business.
Sure.
But this year, it was finally where we kind of took off to where now we're really kind of juggling back and forth.
Broke them chains.
Yeah.
Got away from the man.
So it's been a little bit smoother now that we actually have 2 full-time people that can dedicate towards the company. But beforehand, it was a lot of just struggling and late
Yeah.
nights.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And long nights, long weekends. I mean,
yeah.
and now it's where, you know, if I'm on a movie, I'm shooting with NFL, it's football season. Dalton can go, you know, shoot for one of our clients, or we'll hire one of our freelancer friends to come in and work with our company, contract out, and get them to do that for us. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
been good because it's steadily growing, but it is kind of a struggle because we'll be double, triple booked, and I'm like, well, shoot, what are we gonna do? I'm
See
over
you next
here.
month. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the plan, is to kind of grow and kind of support the filmmaking community here, so that we're not just working on smaller corporate shoots, that we can eventually have a bigger community to where we can make our own features.
Yeah. You mentioned the thing in Jackson. Is there anything down here like that ever? Any of these summits or any kind of like film, not, I guess festivals maybe too large of a word, but like, hey, all
Sure.
these movies
Get
were made
together.
in Mississippi or even better on the coast, and here they are.
So, WAMA had a film fest at the Mary C a few months ago.
it was the
Okay.
first one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Fisheye Film Fest. It was one of the first ones. We had a few film festivals a few years back called like Sand and Shore, Sun and Shore,
That's been a
Sun
while.
and Sand.
I know that they have one in Bay St. Louis that goes yearly. It's very small. But yeah, people could look that up if they're interested.
Yeah.
But nothing to the extent of what'll be at the summit, unfortunately. And I think it's
Or
because
Jackson Film Fest or Oxford Film Fest.
right, they have a lot, and it's all up north. But the reason being, I think, is because the film office is located up in Jackson area,
Yeah.
and they had a coastal liaison who would come down here, and you know, occasionally and do certain things. But we've done a lot of
Well,
networking
they
events
have, they
as well.
still have the
Well,
coastal
they do.
liaison.
They do, but-
one retired. It took a little bit to get a new one,
Right.
but we have a new one.
But I think they'll come down every couple of years and do like a meetup. I think last August or like last
Mhm.
October, I think they did a big meetup, and we had about 70 crew members show up, and they talked about the incentives, what's going on with the state, what kind of films are coming or looking to shoot here. So we've had a few things like that, but we'll do a meetup every couple of months as well. And we'll have
Whenever we have time.
right
Yeah.
when we're
Yeah.
not busy and can pick
Juggling.
a date,
Yeah.
we'll have a meetup and just have everybody kind of talk about what they've been working on, what productions they're doing, and it's a great way for people to meet other people and,
Right.
and bring them on to whatever they're working on, so we
Yeah.
can kind of strengthen that community, because I think people need that.
hmm
You know, you could go over to New Orleans, and with the union sets and all the crew members, it's kind of here and there. Like, they have film network events all the time. I see them on Facebook and Instagram, and then here it's
What's that
it's kind of dead.
place in New Orleans that you keep trying to get me to go to? I haven't gotten to go yet.
I'm not sure. Is it Novak?
Yeah, Novak.
Yeah, they have like a educational program for people as well. They can get grant. It's kind of similar to the Film Alliance, and they
Okay.
have grants and stuff, but it's just based in New Orleans.
No.
So that, you know, their industry over there is significantly bigger, but we're trying to just strengthen what we do have here, and hope that more people will continue to stay here and find work instead of leaving to go somewhere like Atlanta or Dallas or
Yep.
or wherever, because it's kind of scattered now. It's not even in
And
LA and New York as much anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
You're playing with the Film Alliance is to really help do more stuff like Novak's doing. They
More
haven't
educational
really
things.
been too much of a figure in the past few years. So
Trying
it
to
being-
revamp what
Yeah,
what networking and what mentorship opportunities we can offer. So we're hoping to build that up over the course of the next few years.
No.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
How has I guess Jared brought this up earlier. How has the game changed since, like you said, COVID kind of put a halt on the movie theaters, and when streaming came around, the movie theaters were kind of getting left behind. Has that done anything in y'all's business? Has it pushed more streaming? Has it pushed away from full movies or stuff like that?
so I would say we weren't too heavy in the movies, and the TV. I know it got slim during COVID. It got slim during the writer strikes. I think there was also another actor strike during that time.
There was
too.
quite a lot going on.
So I feel like we've had a lot, not a lot of stuff to work on, and not a lot of stuff being produced. But I'm hoping it kind of kicks back up.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the beauty of us having our own business. You
Right.
know, we have we can drum up our own work while there's not the industry work that's around.
Yeah, and whatever is lost through the movies or whatever you want to call it, whether it's theater versus streaming, the explosion of social media
Oh,
content
yeah,
that's needed out there, just like you're hearing like, two rednecks tackle saying that, they can do it on their phone or they can do it themselves, but it ain't that professional polished look.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you've got every business that's available to you in that regard.
Well, I was just thinking of
Yeah.
like some movies now, they don't even hit the big screen. They don't even go to the movie theater.
Yeah,
They just go
yeah,
straight
yeah.
to streaming. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And just a different way, I guess, a different approach to it.
Distribution. For
Yeah.
sure.
Well, and I think a lot of the big companies have kind of died or dwindled down a little bit, or they've found international work or just moving international to shoot things a little bit more cost effective and affordable.
A little, probably a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think kind of a pro and a con in that aspect is that it allows indie filmmakers to have a step up to where they can create things for people that have seen that Obsession movie that went into
Yeah,
theaters a little while
yes.
back. I mean, that was an
Great.
indie film,
Yeah.
a lower tier, lower budget. And
But it
it's,
didn't feel like it when you watched
No,
it. It
no.
really didn't.
Can you give me the definition of an indie film? Like, what does that mean to be an indie
Independent.
film?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not linked to a huge production company like Paramount or any other company like that. It's it could be someone like us, or it could be a YouTuber or anything.
So like Delaney's film.
Yes. So that's actually really cool to talk about.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Jimmy Buffett,
Yeah.
and then Jimmy Buffett's daughter Delaney. She decided to, direct and write and act in her own movie with one of her best friends. So I think it was 2023. I got to be an assistant camera on that, help build the cameras and kind of set up some of the shots. And they came down here and filmed Adult Best Friends. But talking about that was an indie film. I think maybe less than $500,000 that we, they hired I think we had maybe 30 people on that whole crew, and we shot here for a week and a half. She shot in LA for a week and a half. And then they put it all together. It ended up going all the way to Tribeca Film Festival and airing there and doing a whole film festival circuit.
Well,
And now it's on Hulu. So it's significantly,
it's kind of the point.
Out
yeah,
there,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's
the kind of
yeah.
like you want to go on the festival circuit with your indies.
right,
Yeah.
but it's just as good as any other film
Oh, yeah,
on
it's
Hulu. I
great.
mean, you can go
Yeah.
watch it, and
Yeah.
it doesn't
Well-
look any less, beautiful because it was shot with low budgets.
Yeah.
I think people like in music as well too. It's like it's the music business, it's the film business. Like she said, whatever your budget is for the movie, $500,000, $10 million, or whatever the high, those high growth, it has to return that plus more to
Right.
make money, right? That's
Yeah.
why when you see like these big actors, they come out with a film. If it flops, you don't get to do too many more of those before like you're not being casted
Yeah.
as well, because they're going to blame you if you're the lead to a certain degree, I would assume, right? Or if all of a sudden your first leading role 3x is what they
Tanks.
well 3x, we
Go,
spent $1 million and
yeah,
it
yeah.
made 50 million. That's
probably
pretty
get hired again.
That's pretty good return. Like we got
Yeah.
to figure out what worked right there and try to replicate that. So
Yeah. Is that kind of the progression of like the big leagues? So you do it independent, and then you go to film festivals, and if you make it to like a Hulu or a
Yeah.
Netflix or something like that, you've made it,
That's
right?
that's one outlet, and that's a great way to get your film seen by the huge production companies that can make one phone call and pay to have your film
Right.
streamed or picked up by a company. So that's an aspect that we've talked about before. Apart from our commercial work, we would love to do more documentaries, more feature films, short films, and then focus on putting them in a film festival circuit. Eventually, hoping to get some type of attention from someone else and see where that could lead in terms of putting it out there.
Right.
But even if it's not yours, trying to work your way up through the progression, like indie films and lower budgets is a good way to get some experience before you go up to the next tier, and
Right.
the next tier, and the next tier. Right. So it's always and he's a little bit more for lower budget's a little bit more forgiving in a way, while at the same time it's a bit more stressful. But it's like they can't get the cream of the crop because they don't always have the best money.
that's right.
Yeah.
Or you got to find that hidden talent,
Yeah.
like the Saints did for a few years. Now they can't. Anyway, what's your favorite movie
My favorite movie, like ever?
ever, all time?
That's tough.
I know.
It's gonna sound silly, but it's Donnie Darko, I think.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Okay. I
Love
don't
that.
even know if I know that movie. Why am I'm drawing a
Oh.
blank on that. What,
it's like a cult film.
Okay.
with
What
Jake
about you?
Gyllenhaal in it.
okay.
I really don't know, but every time I'm asked, my first instinct is always Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That's not
Oh,
bad.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Tis
all
a
right.
scratch.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I don't know. I used to say when I was like big into football, it was the program.
Okay.
But now I don't know. I'd probably make Return of the Jedi probably.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Big Star Wars guy.
Saving Private Ryan is my favorite film.
That's a good one
Yeah,
too.
I just love it because it's real.
Yeah.
Every time I watch a war movie and it's not like that, I'm like, this is horseshit. I don't like it. I love real. I love real in movies.
If you're talking to somebody right now and they're interested in doing stuff that you're doing, what is your suggestion and what avenue do you tell them to go to get where y'all are at?
In 2026, like if you're just trying to
Or-
start in the business, like
Yeah,
you're a
yeah,
high
Start
school
your own
kid,
company.
Right.
or like
Okay,
no, like
okay.
your high school kid, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
If they want to get into film or movies or
Sure.
any of that stuff.
Yeah. I think just invest in some equipment, whether you get an allowance or you have a job or whatever. Just start filming stuff on your iPhone if that's all
Yeah.
you have.
Start with a small mic.
Yeah.
Start with a small light.
$20 mic,
Yep.
$20 light from Amazon,
Mhm.
and just start making things. I think the toughest thing is overthinking,
Mhm.
trying to plan too much. There's a good balance between pre-production and just actually making content and putting it out there and learning.
It's gonna be crap at first.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
It's always
No matter
going
what.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the college route
Yeah, yeah,
though?
yeah,
Is
that's
that-
what I-
Yeah,
Is that still
um,
viable?
I will
Do
say
both?
you don't have to go to film school.
Okay.
I know a ton of people in this industry that never went to film school, just kind of knew somebody or kind of worked their way into the network. But if you want to learn more about the history of film, more about how, film works, 35 millimeter film,
Right.
and that whole aspect, I would recommend going to the Gulf Park campus or even USM Hattiesburg has a great video production
Mhm.
program. So going to college, even locally, they have just as good of a program here as you would pay to go to Full Sail or somewhere in LA. And you're going to learn the same type of things, how to do a green screen, how to hold the boom mic, how to
Mhm.
mix levels, how to attach a lav, how to shoot things.
Mhm.
I learned all that here, and I didn't take it seriously until I'm in that world a couple years
Right.
later, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have paid a little
Oh,
bit more
yeah.
attention.
That's
in
why they were
college.
telling me that stuff. There was a
Right.
reason.
Ding, ding, ding,
Method
ding,
to the
ding.
madness. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you could just learn and then make films with your friends and just learn that way, send them out to people, enter film festivals, anything like that.
Is this business, like you say, you can still get a degree in it, but is it
You don't
like,
need one.
yeah, I was going to say in the
Yeah.
medical world, everything is licensed. You
Mhm.
can't just, hey, I'm going to do this today. It's like, you got to have a license for that. Like you
Right.
got to go to a lot of school
Can't
to
do
that.
brain surgery.
Yeah, you can't just like slide it. Like, let me get that scalpel
Yeah,
from you real
yeah,
quick.
I
and
know.
try. Is it different in the film world?
Yeah,
Is it more
yeah.
about your experience and what your resume says on it? You know what I mean? Because like, I can't just show up and say, hey man, I'm a great, videographer or whatever, and then show up and it's like, okay, how do I work this camera? You know, and then be like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, how do you prove yourself?
So to a certain point, you have to have a reel. But
What
before
is a
you
reel?
A video that
Yeah.
kind of encapsulates everything that you've done to a certain point.
Mhm.
So each year we'll make a new reel and kind of
Even-
showase a little bit of the
even
commercials
for
we've done.
audio, you're gonna have a reel too.
Okay.
You're gonna show,
It's like you in front of the camera, like, hey, this is a project that I've
it's
worked
gonna
on.
be-
and
It's your
boom, it
greatest
goes
hits.
into it.
Kind of like
Yeah,
your greatest
your
hits of what you
greatest
did.
hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
Right.
you've done.
Stitched together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but that's once you kind of get into it. Even if starting out, you can go out and film stuff yourself, and then just put it together for your reel. But really, you don't necessarily need a degree. I don't have a degree in this. I only have a 2-year degree. I went to another semester of 4-year college, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. It was
Yeah.
during COVID.
Yeah.
And it was all remote
Done
classes.
with
I
it.
was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take a break.
Yeah.
And then I already had my job, so I was like, why am I going back? But the fact that I've came in, I've learned all the stuff. You can learn most of it on YouTube for the most part. If not, there's plenty of books out there that will
Mhm.
go over all the stuff. But then just watch movies, and then after that, find some people and go do it.
Yeah.
Because
Get in the
if-
community,
Yeah. If
right?
if you're not doing it, all it's going to be is theory, and
Right.
theory doesn't really always apply.
No.
So even going to film school, make
Mhm.
sure you make connections. Make sure
Mhm.
you are doing stuff with other people. Some of the
Shaking
greatest,
hands.
yeah, some of the greatest movie directors that we have probably didn't even finish film school.
Right.
I can't name them off the top of my head. But I know even Ryan Coogler, he finished, but the whole thing is he made his lifelong business partner
Mhm.
at film
Right,
school.
right,
So
right, right,
one
right.
it's
connection.
really
Yep.
connections.
Yes.
Right.
It's really what you're there for.
I think if any kid or any person listening that has any slim, interest in film went up to the film summit and talked to one person,
Right.
that could be that connection that
Yep.
who knows what could come from that.
you'll start
It's
as
very important.
you'll probably start as a PA, but then from there, you never
Yeah.
know.
Just
Yeah.
go in there with your mouth closed and your eyes and ears
Yeah,
open,
ready to
right?
work.
And
Yeah.
try to figure out, oh, I like that, or I don't like that, or this is cool, or I don't
Mhm.
know what the hell this is. But,
Yeah.
That's any really, line of work that you want to go into, like you got to taste it first too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you got to carry it. You got to push the wheelbarrow. You got to carry the shovel for a little
that's
bit,
right,
and then you
that's
get out
right.
of
And
it.
you
You
can
know
figure
what
out
I'm
I want to be the one not doing this.
Yeah.
Be a little higher up the
real
food
quick.
chain. Yeah.
Really, the hardest part about being in it around here is just consistency, because there's not enough work always. So you just kind of have to find something that kind of helps balance between, hey, can I go work on the weekend? Hey, can I work this one day? You got to kind of have a flexible schedule and job to be able to do it, because that's the biggest thing. With That's Amore that I worked on, they already had A2 lined up. They called him, and he had just taken an office job like a week beforehand.
Oh wow.
And he was like, I can't. Like, I haven't had anything for months, and like I just gotta take the 9 to 5 now.
Yeah.
So it's
slid right in. Huh?
Here
opportunity.
he is, Mike
yeah.
and John Travolta.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
But you have to be prepared for it, because it's so inconsistent around here.
Mm-hmm. Why are y'all still here? Is it for the love of the coast? You mentioned like not run off to LA or wherever, Atlanta, New Orleans, or whatever. Is it this is home, and I want to stake my claim here?
Well, both of our families are here. We've been born and raised here.
love it.
It's
I
kind
love
of the fact that we want to grow the community here instead of just abandoning it.
Right,
Because we've
right.
seen some of our friends just like,
Yeah.
there's not opportunity here. And that's valid for a lot of young people. It's like there's not really a lot. So a lot of them moved to Texas. A lot of them moved to like Atlanta. So-
Dallas is a big thing film wise.
No, well,
Dallas,
not necessarily
Houston,
film.
Okay.
I'm just talking about in general.
Well, she
Yeah.
mentioned
But
But
Dallas.
for more
earlier.
industry too, they're slowly picking back up.
Okay.
Compared to LA, a lot of people are moving into Texas
Yeah,
for some reason.
yeah.
So that's
I love
I could
Texas.
tell you a few of the
But-
reasons.
But industry-wise, I think Mississippi has very specific industries, and a lot of that is construction, or a lot of that is I don't know,
Medicare.
yeah, Medicare,
Yeah.
medical stuff. So it's where can you go to do the job that you want to do?
Right.
Yeah.
But we want people to understand you can do that job here.
Mhm.
It's going to be difficult, and I hope that there's plenty of other people like us that are trying to pave that way for other people to step in and have that opportunity. But it's a tough road. But if you love where you live and you want to be supportive of all the things that we have here, that's kind of a battle that you might have to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, in any industry that you just named, any industry that exists around here, though, y'all are, like you said earlier, in parallel to it. So whether you're Northrop Grumman, they got to have marketing stuff. You can do it. Whether you're a
Everybody
big
got to.
hospital system, they need to market. Like ours does a fairly decent job of kind of highlighting the people that work there as the attraction to come in, and somebody's got to film that. Somebody's got to put that together. So it's there. It doesn't have to be major blockbuster films, I guess, right?
Right.
To be
Right.
To pay the bills.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
done some stuff. I forgot to mention it earlier, but with Visit Mississippi too, the huge tourism industry that they're trying to bring here. So we've traveled all over the state to film segments for them. And the more I travel around the state, the more I'm like, wow, I didn't even know we had that
Right.
here, or we have that
Right.
here. So it makes me want to stay here more, but it's tough because where is the industry? Can other people do this here and make it sustainable for themselves? So
Yeah. What y'all got? What's big on the horizon? What's next? Anything big, huge?
it is football season.
Okay.
And I am about to go shoot wherever NFL Films calls me. I will be there. So
Yeah. So what are they?
excited.
Houston, New Orleans, Atlanta? They just say
Anywhere.
get on a plane and get here.
Yeah, I'll briefly touch on last year. They had a women's film sports internship kind of experience-ship, a 3-day program. So me and 14 other ladies were selected, and we all went out there for a couple days, kind of understood what it's like to shoot for a football game. And it's not live coverage. It's documentary coverage.
Okay.
coverage.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's the mic'd up segments. It's quarterback. It's Hard Knocks. It's 30 for 30 style
Right.
shows. So we went out there. I learned a lot of that, and I did a tryout.
It's not
And-
always on the field either.
No, it's not. I've done a lot of interviews, documentary style interviews with people I can't name yet because the shows aren't out. But
Yeah.
it's some of the biggest names in football, so I'm
Yeah.
excited. But yeah, football season's coming. I did a tryout with them after that, and I did about 9 different shoots with them throughout all last year's football season. So I'm ready to go again,
That's
and hopefully a lot more
That's
more stuff
killer.
with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say not live though. I went down the YouTube rabbit hole of watching live sports production at that level. The trailers that they have and the amount of people, the replay teams, and watching all that
a
is
lot.
mind blowing.
Yeah.
What it takes to run a live Monday Night Football, Sunday
yeah.
Night Football,
And what
whatever.
she does is the complete
Opposite of that, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have somebody
Hilarious.
yelling in my ear.
Yeah.
It's just me on that one player, that one coach the whole
Yeah,
game, or
yeah.
just the
different vibe,
the
same
interview setup. I'm
same
like, this is
industry,
nice.
completely different
Yeah.
style of work, right?
Nobody's yelling at me. I can just do do my thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
killer.
mean, they're like working like what, probably 20 feet from each other, and you're just
We're
zen
just-
and
yeah,
they're
they're right here.
chaos.
We're on the
Yeah.
stands together by the press box, and it's
They're
hey
like
guy,
popping
how's
blood
it going?
pressure medicine, and
Yeah,
you're just
Yeah.
kind of sitting there like, hey, how you doing?
I know. It's so nice. But yeah, they stuck me in Ohio. I was in Cleveland and Cincinnati quite a few times, freezing.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
was 3-degree weather, and I'm having to drive this car over there in the snow, and I've never
Right.
driven in that before.
Mm.
So,
And she's
Mississippi.
cold at 90 degrees.
Right.
So, yeah.
but it's been fun to get to have that experience of being or representing Mississippi in that
Right.
aspect, because a lot of people don't even, they're like, you're from Mississippi? I didn't
Right.
know they had anybody here. So it's been cool to get to do that and have the opportunity to travel and see these other places and still be happy to call Mississippi home. Want
Yeah.
to come back here after I'm done shooting the game so I can enjoy where we live.
That's killer.
Well, if you mentioned that February was when you stopped the 9 to 5, the business is obviously doing well. It's growing, right? So
Mhm.
that's good news. I dropped the Facebook in there. People can message you there. You got the website. What's the best way to reach y'all? If some of the, we have lots of people that listen to this and lots of different like fishing communities, like I said, the tackle companies. If
Sure.
they say, hey, this sounds like something I could help benefit my business, how do
Right.
they get in touch with you? What's the best way?
Yeah, they can reach us by phone number.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you want me to say
Yeah,
it?
if you're
Yeah,
comfortable
okay,
putting
yeah,
it
yeah.
out there,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Phone number is 228-861-2495. You can call us through there. We have a link through our website where you can find us there. You can send an inquiry with your budget, your project, what you're looking for. We also do gear rental. I don't think we didn't touch on that really
Yeah.
here, but
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
wanting
yeah.
to
Go
make
ahead.
your own film, I mean, we have, you're able to rent the same cameras that we shoot all of our commercials on. We allow people to rent those as well. Or drone or whatever it is that you
Yeah.
need. So you can send an inquiry through there. You can look through our whole drone, our whole gear
Catalog,
inventory.
yeah.
Our whole catalog. But yeah, Instagram, if you're a little bit younger, you want to text through Instagram, you can find us on there at Little Lighthouse Productions or Facebook if you'd like to go through there. So
Okay.
any of those outlets, we'd love to speak with you and just see how we can find something that works to showcase whatever it is, you or your brand or your business or your huge $1 million company. We
There
would
you
love
go.
to make your commercial too. So
There you go.
Yeah,
not
cool.
excluding anybody.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Everybody's a client.
We'll deal with the poor people, but we really like the rich people too. Same way with us. Yeah.
I dropped the website there as well, which is cool. And it seems like right when I clicked on it, the first thing that came across on your thing
That's
was
killer.
a drone footage
Yeah.
of a boat. So that's right up our alley. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, y'all go check them out if you're in the. Facebook is for us geezers. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, Instagram's for the younger folks. So, but yeah, we want to thank y'all for stopping by today.
it's
Love
killer.
what you're doing. Love the fact that y'all are speaking our language when you say you want to promote the coast and
Right.
stay local and stay here and help the businesses here. So that's what we love. That's what we want to do. So thank
so
you
much
for
for
doing
having
that.
us.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
pleasure was ours. It's been a long time in the making. I'm finally glad we made it
Yeah.
happen.
Y'all some
and-
busy folks.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good thing. So thanks everybody for watching on the lives, the replay. You can download the Brownwater Banter app. It's free on the App Store and in Google Play. It's got all of our content right inside of it, so you can check it out, cut the algorithm out. We have the Sheep's Head Showdown that's going to be coming up October 24th, I believe. So that's coming up as well. Registration will be going live in a few weeks on the website. We got a new newsletter that we've been sending out with some fishing reports. We don't have a good link for that right now, but we're building the website out. Brownwater.com. Yeah, we're working on the website too, so we'll get all that in, and we'll let you know about it as it rolls out. But thanks for watching. If y'all keep tuning in, we'll keep doing them. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.
Thanks so much for checking out the show. We really appreciate the support. If you haven't downloaded the Brownwater Banter app yet, go do it. It's free in the App Store and on Google Play. We have everything covered for a day out on the water. We've got the tides, the radar, Tails and Scales app. We've got a radio station right inside of it, and it's all free. All of our content is in there. You can listen to the show directly inside of the app. Make sure you keep your notifications turned on so you can stay in touch with us as we go live with guests in the future and plan events. If y'all keep tuning in, we'll keep doing them. We'll see you on the next one.
Brown Water Banter.